one of the problems is testing. How do you get the level of testing where it should be? And if not, will we still be in this same situation in June, maybe even July and beyond?
I really, really hope we're not in the same situation in June, July, and beyond. I don't think we're going to be, but I will say that I think as a nation and as a state, we were behind. We were slow to recognize the importance of testing as a strategy to reopening the economy, not to mention as a strategy to control the contagion. Finally, we're hearing out of the state, we're hearing statements and recognition of the importance of testing. We are seeing that the private sector partners in testing have ramped up their capacity tremendously. I've been in contact with them myself, and they're going to continue to increase the testing capacity. I'm optimistic that we're going to get to where we need to be in order to reopen the economy. It's regretful to me that it hasn't happened more quickly than it has happened. It's going to require some coordination at the federal level, at the state level, at the local level, and with the private sector at a level that I don't think we've had up until now. However, I do think that strong, sincere efforts are being made to get us there very quickly.
Let's talk a little bit about the Texas Workforce Commission. There are Texans that have contacted us saying they've tried and tried and tried and they can't get through. It's taken forever. I mean, what can be done to help these people?
Yeah, it's been a tremendously frustrating process. You imagine you lose your job, the federal government and the state government make available unemployment benefits, and you can't get through. You're out of money. It's been really, really a frightening and frustrating process for people. I have to say, on behalf of the Texas Workforce Commission, that they have been hit with approximately 2 years worth of claims in 34 days. There's no agency anywhere that could possibly process 2 years worth of requests in 34 days. To their credit, they've hired 1,000 more people to handle these claims. They had 4 call centers previously. They've now expanded to 7, going on 8, partnering with private agencies. They've expanded their hours to go from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're going 7 days a week. And we've got volunteers from my staff, from other senators' staffs, from other legislators who are working to try to get through that backlog. I think they've done a commendable job in many ways. What I'm not happy with is really not the fault of the Texas Workforce Commission. It lies at the legislature. For years, they have neglected the IT infrastructure of that agency, and that's part of what created the bottleneck, and it's something that we need to address and fix next session.
Senator Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who's also the president of the Senate, has urged to take steps for the economy to reopen. He says there are more important things than living. He says it's worth taking the risk because people are out there suffering. Do you agree with him?
I think the Lieutenant Governor likes to say inflammatory things and to act as though this is a question of going out and taking a risk and it's okay if we die as long as we can get the economy going. I think that's kind of a lot of political hyperbole. I think the Lieutenant Governor does understand that we need to be careful. I certainly understand we need to be careful. I think the governor does, the other legislators do, whether it's Republican or Democrat. We've got to get the economy going. It's not a question of whether, it's a question of how we do it, and we've got to be careful. What I found a little bit more troubling about what the Lieutenant Governor said is he implied that Democrats don't care about the economy. We're just going to lock everybody up and throw away the key. That's preposterous. All Democrats, all Republicans recognize the importance of opening the economy. The question is, how do we do it effectively and safely?
In the very short time we have left, your feeling on mail-in ballots?
Yeah, why not? We absolutely have to do mail-in balloting. There was some history of very small-scale voter ballot harvesting fraud in Texas. It was not statistically significant. More significantly, there are 37 states in this nation that allow voters to vote by mail. There's 5 states that do nothing but vote by mail. Texas is one of 13 states that don't do it. It's like we are always last. We're in the bottom third when it comes to good practical ideas. We're one of 14 states that hasn't expanded Medicaid. I think it's time for Texas to start doing the smart things somewhere in the front half of the United States. Mail-in balloting is safe. It can be effective to the extent we're worried about fraud. It's our job to fix it. We are up to that task. I think we should have mail-in ballot available to everybody so they can participate in our democracy without fear of getting sick.
Senator, thanks so much for being here. Please stay safe.
Thank you very much, and you two both. Good to see you.